why embracing your flaws is attractive and why not embracing your flaws is unattractive and low value. Because one thing you have to understand about women is women do not, especially beautiful women, they don't want to be with a guy who is insecure, who has low self-esteem. And yes, I get it. You might be feeling like you're too short, or you know what, you have kind of a belly right now, or oh, you're balding a bit, right? We all have our flaws. Even the hottest women in the world have flaws. They have moles, they have birthmarks, they have things about themselves that they don't like. Okay, but when it comes to guys, you have to understand, if you do not embrace your flaws, she is going to see you as an insecure, low self-esteem, no confidence having little bitch. Okay, and she will treat you as such. Okay, she will treat you as such. She will punish you for that low value behavior, right? For that insecurity that you have about yourself, right? Again, we all have flaws. I have flaws. You have flaws. She has flaws. Okay? The difference is men who are high value embrace their flaws, right? Even if a guy looks flawless to you, even male models, right? They have their own flaws, right? They have their own flaws. And instead of, getting insecure about them and letting them kind of take over, right? And guide how you feel about yourself. Instead, people who are high value use those things and they just embrace them, right? They don't try to hide them. They don't try to act as if they don't exist. Instead, they just embrace it. Like, yeah, this is me, girl. Yeah, so I'm a little pudgy right now. I'm working on it. Maybe I've been enjoying life a little too much. Maybe I've had one too many tacos. Give me a break, right? I'm a hedonist. What can I say? All right, I'm working on it. Give me a sec here. Right? Or if you're balding, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I got to wear a hat everywhere I go, just freaking show it off and be like, yep, that's right. I'm balding because I'm getting more mature. I'm getting wiser. And you know what? I can't be too good looking, right? I can't be too attainable. Right? You just embrace it. You show the girl that you're not afraid to be you. That you're not letting this flaw about yourself bring down who you are. Okay? And when it comes to women too, especially if you're a guy, a lot of guys kind of are in this mindset, whereas just because us as guys, we are completely focused on a woman's physical attractiveness and really nothing else, you tend to think that she's going to judge you the same way, just primarily, solely on your looks, right? And that's not true. Okay, as much as the LMS crowd likes to tell you that. Maybe online might be a little true, right? Online, it is true that women, all they really have to judge you on is your looks. And I've said that before, but when you meet women in person, which is what you should be doing, you should be getting offline and meeting women in person, you can greatly level the playing field with a little something called game, pickup, which I teach you guys, right? Many of these things that you think are flaws about yourself, you can actually use to show the girl that these flaws don't cause you to be insecure about yourself, right? You're not insecure about yourself because of these flaws. You're okay with it, okay? Because when you show the girl that you're okay with whatever flaws you have, guess what? She will be okay with it. It's basic law of state transference, right? That is something that we teach you in pickup and game. What you feel, she feels, okay? Law of state transference. Remember that. Okay, so for example, you could look like a male model, right? You could be perfect looking, but if you walk up to the girl giving off the vibe that you're creepy and you're full of agenda, guess what? By law of state transference, she is going to feel that about you. So if you walk up to the girl feeling insecure about your bald head, your balding head, your pudgy belly, or the fact that you're not 6'4", guess what? You're going to transfer that onto her, right? And then she's going to be like, oh, this guy is a short, fat, balding little bitch, right? But if you walk up to her completely okay with your flaws, I'll tell you right now, and you're able to talk your flaws away with that $1 million mouthpiece I teach you guys how to acquire, the MDM. Those aren't even going to matter to her, right? Instead, she'll see your flaws as a uniqueness about you. Like, oh my gosh, I love the fact that, his hair's receding. I love the fact that he has this squishy little belly. I love the fact that I can almost pick him up, right? As opposed to, ew, this guy's short, he's fat, and he's balding, okay? It's really all about the frame that you set, okay? Because frame is everything in a relationship. I mean, you could be a short, fat, balding dude, right? But you could set the frame that you're the boss, you're the man, you have full confidence in yourself, you think that you're sexy, you think this is the shit, right? And because you think this is the shit, and you genuinely believe that, guess what? She will think that's the shit. Whatever it is you are, okay? Whatever uniqueness you have about yourself. I've attracted girls who have zero in common with me, okay? They like nothing what I like. They're not into cars. They're not into hating on liberals or SJWs. I mean, and I've still been able to attract them just because I set the frame. I set the frame that what I believe and what I like is the shit. Because I set that frame and because it's so strong, guess what? She buys into it, right? She buys into my frame. And ultimately, that's what you should be doing as a man. You should be leading so much that the girl just naturally buys into your frame. And whatever you are, she buys into. Even if you're just a short, fat, balding, pudgy guy. She will buy into it because you're setting the frame. Okay, you're not letting your flaws bring you down. Instead, you're using them to empower you, to strengthen who you are as a man. Whereas for women, they've really got it bad, because for us guys, we're not going to be attracted to them if we're not physically attracted to them, right? If we don't like them physically, they can't do anything to change that, right? I mean, she could have a $1 million mouthpiece all she wants. She could have the MDM and talk all sorts of game to you. It's just not going to change the fact that you're not attracted to her. Whereas for women, it's like initially she could not be attracted to us, right? Initially she could find us gross, fat, balding, pudgy, short. But we can talk those things away. Okay, we can, right? And I've been able to do it for many years now with scores of beautiful women out there. I've taught students to do it. You could talk a lot of those things away if you're not physically attractive, if you're not the ideal height, if you don't have a full head of hair, if you don't have the six-pack abs, right? You could talk a lot of these things away. I've talked about how I used to game with a guy who was basically a male model, right? Dude was like a male model. And it used to piss me off because girls would automatically oh my God, the focus every time we went out would always shift away from me and towards him initially, because they would see him oh my gosh, who is this guy? He's beautiful, right? And I would be sitting there man, what do I, chop liver or something? But because I didn't feel sorry for myself, I didn't sit there, crying a river, going boo-hoo, right? Instead, I worked a little something called game, and I implemented my MDM, my $1 million mouthpiece, and I was able to talk his looks away, right? And he would often get frustrated with me to the point where he literally stopped hanging out with me after a while. He told me I was the first friend that he stopped hanging out with because he didn't like the competition. He was like, dude, you know what? I like you, and I'm just gonna give it to you. You're way better than me at game. I'm not as good at you, and I don't even care to be as good as you. I'm happy just walking in and girls liking me for my looks. He said that, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. He's like, I'll hang out with you if you just want to go get some food or go to a movie or some shit like that, but I don't want to do game anymore and meet girls with you. I'm like, okay. I mean, I wasn't offended. I just understood, and this was a guy who looked like a male model. And I'm like, hey, I'm totally cool with that, because you know what? I would feel the same if I were him too, because really all he could depend on was his looks, and I was able to talk that shit away. Dude was taller than me, better looking than me, younger than me, and I was able to talk all that shit away, right? However, if we were online, guess what? He would win. Hands down, he would win. I wouldn't be able to compete with his photos and shit like that, right? I could write all I want in my profile. I wouldn't be able to compete with him. But offline, guess what? Not only did I level the playing field, I re-leveled the playing field in my favor, right? Just because I have better game than him. So understand, guys, when it comes to looks, don't let your flaws be the driving force of your game. Okay? Don't let your flaws dictate how successful or how unsuccessful you are with women, especially attractive women. Okay? Don't let your flaws dictate the direction of your life or any choices you make in life. What I mean by that is don't let your flaws cause you to live life in a way where you're not enjoying your life, right? And you're not living your life to your full potential. Because in life, we're either moving towards pleasure or we're moving away from pain. And for you guys who don't embrace your flaws, for you guys who let your flaws take away from who you are and cause you to lack self-confidence and cause you to have low self-esteem, when you live that way, you really deprive yourself of a lot of opportunities. As Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take in life, right? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take in life. So any shots that you don't take because you're trying to avoid the pain, whether it be the pain of a rejection from a girl or the pain of going to apply for a job that will pay you more money, or the pain of starting a business that can grow into something big. When you deny yourself like that, you don't get to live your life to its full potential, and you suppress yourself. You really become your own worst enemy, right? This is why it's important to embrace the flaws that you have. I mean, I have flaws, right? I have flaws. But you know what? Instead of letting those flaws bring me down and bring down my state and affect me and cause me to have, no confidence in myself, instead, I just embrace them. I'm like, yeah, I have flaws. We all do, right? I understand that everybody does. It's not just me. It's not just you. Everybody's got flaws. It's just the way God made us. He didn't want us to be perfect. Only God is perfect, right? We're not perfect creatures. That's just the way it is. Some of us have more flaws than others. That's just the way it is. And there's nothing you can do about it but embrace them, right? That is the most high value thing to do, is embrace your flaws, be okay with them, be like, hey, yeah, I got these flaws, but it doesn't make me any less of a person. It doesn't make me any less of a man. As a matter of fact, it makes me more of a man because I don't let my flaws bring me down, okay? I don't let my flaws dictate who I am, okay? If anything, all my flaws do is empower me and just make me a better person. Right? And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, it's Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. Okay, you'll be the first to be notified about it. Also, share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours, guys. Please share my stuff, because the more we share these coaching videos and this red pill content, the more we can awaken more guys, right? So please feel free to share my content as well. And for